Storm, previously one of the most banned duelists on Marvel Rivals, is still one of the most broken characters in this game. This guide provides instructions on how to play her effectively in a higher level lobby and team play. Storm is able to deal massive amounts of damage to multiple targets at the same time, making the enemy strategists spread their resources thin. I'm going to cover every aspect of how she is played as an anti-dive, damage dealer, poke, and a general flex duelist. To start, her anti-diving capabilities are exceptional and even better with an invisible woman. By floating around her supports and using her goddess boost, it summons lightning strikes to hit enemies that are near her every 2 seconds. This also gives her a 30% damage boost, and her allies a 12% damage boost. You'll want to use it against Spider-Man, Black Panther, Magic, Captain America, Iron Fist, and Psylocke. So save your goddess boost ability for when the enemy team or divers try to close in on either you or your supports. The damage boost you get, your whole team gets, helps kill them quickly and keep them alive. It's very useful against Spider-Man since he pulls himself towards you, making him an easier target to hit with all your abilities. The reason I brought up Invisible Woman earlier is that her shield can be spammed on any flying hero too, giving them healing and protecting them from any hit scan or projectile based character. Running her makes Storm even stronger as you get passive healing in any situation and are quickly protected. Now as a damage dealer, it's pretty simple to keep up high pressure. Using the Goddess boost and Bolt Rush lets you put a high amount of damage on multiple targets. As ranked is pretty uncoordinated, you have a high chance of killing most of your targets. All of Storm's attacks can hit multiple people at once. The end of your right click, which is Bolt Rush, can land on multiple targets if they are close together. Your left click will also do the same thing if they are close together. You should also note that you do not always have to stay up in the air. You can play perfectly fine on the ground as long as you are near your tanks to cover up the damage. The lower you are, the bigger the radius of your boosts are, meaning you can reach more enemies and allies with your damage boost or speed boost. Now, poke usually refers to a character with long-range sustained damage that wears enemies down from a distance, instead of engaging in close-quarter combat. The strategy is to control space and force your opponents to either back up or risk taking continuous damage. Storm's left click is projectile based, which does not usually fall under the standards of a poke character. Her left click does a 55 base damage and starts to fall off after 15 meters to a maximum of 60% at 30 meters. And compare that to a well-known poke character like Hela, where it starts at 18 meters and decreases to 80% at 30 meters. I still believe that she can sustain herself well by doing damage from afar. The damage boost you can give yourself and the size of the maps in-game usually always have you close to your enemies. In most cases, you will be able to deal damage to someone who is nearby and finish kills from far away with your right click. There are quite a few counters to Storm's ultimate. Characters like Punisher, Iron Man, Star-Lord, Psylocke, possibly Penny with her mines, a strategist ultimate, and even another Storm by placing your ultimate after theirs. This makes Storm's ultimate a good way to bait out the other strategist's ultimates. In most cases, since ranked is uncoordinated again, they will pop a strategist ultimate and possibly a duelist ultimate to counter yours. Instead of hoping to kill someone with it, you'd want to place it in an area where you can safely get back to cover. This helps your team with their own strategist ultimates to win fights, as the other team will have burned one of theirs. I feel like most Storm guides cover everything else, and this is a pretty different take on it, especially with the way that you should be playing it in different situations, which is why I described all three. There is way more depth to go into, but for a basic standard explanation, this sums things up pretty well. In the future, I can delve a lot deeper into more specific scenarios like the best team composition and how the team-ups impact your kit in these situations, especially with Jeff. It would be a lot to cover, but I think that's all for now. If this helps, please let me know down below. Drop a like and let me know if there's any suggestions too.